Okay, this is my review of the Kanex Apple keyboard. Here's an image of it. It has grey touches on it with white keys. It is quite high finish and it does match most Mac components. So for example, the Apple Cinema display and the MacBook. It all sits very well. With regards to the keyboard, the Apple people do a keyboard, but it is an aluminium one. This isn't aluminium, it's very much plastic. But the aluminium one has very untactile keys, isn't particularly comfortable to use, and is very expensive. I've tried both the aluminium wired and wireless. This has the benefit of being wireless whilst also retaining the numeric pad, which is very useful. The only thing that sort of notices as other than Mac is the Kanex logo there. It also has batteries on the back. Your batteries are there. I believe it takes two AAA batteries rather, which do tend to last for some time, so there's generally not a problem with regards to battery life. You also find on this that it is a Bluetooth keyboard, so it has many advantages over wired keyboards. Obviously Bluetooth is wireless, it's relatively speedy, you don't have a problem with it, and you have the additional functionality of having multiple Bluetooth items available to you. You also have a USB key there in the middle, so you can plug in an optional cable that comes with it in the box if you do want to have a wired keyboard for whatever reason. Although I have gained on this and there is no latency with regards to anything, so there's not too much of an issue. The Bluetooth keys here allow you to select multiple different Bluetooth devices which you can set up in the various Bluetooth panels as necessary. So potentially, I'm filming this on an iPad at the moment, you can have one set to your Mac, one set to your iPad for example, your iPhone, or another PC, because I intend at some point to build a PC to hook up to my cinema display here, as well as my Mac, which I use for just general sort of desktop kind of things. So it's quite useful potentially to be able to flip between the different Bluetooth options. With regards to lighting, this probably looks blue on this screen, but it's actually white. It's kind of a dull white, and it does match, of course, the whites of all the other different components you get with Apple related products, so that looks quite nice. If you flick between the different Bluetooth options, each of the different lights turns white, so you know which Bluetooth variant here you're actually on. With regards to keys, they are quite tactile, very much like the Apple one, except they don't have that sort of matte, horrible finish that you get with the Apple versions that cause a bit of dust to build up and finger marks and so on. So all in all, it is quite nice. The keyboard does have a little bit of flex on it, so it's not 100% rigid, but it's quality enough, albeit expensive. I think I picked this keyboard up for around £44 UK, which was on the pricey side, but by this point I had already tried the Apple wireless keyboard, which didn't have the numeric pad, which is very important to me. I also tried the wired one, but the wire kept getting in my way, it was very annoying and unsightly. I've tried other so-called Apple keyboards which look more like PC keyboards and of course don't match all the other kit, and if aesthetics is important to you. With regards to aesthetics, you can see there that it does look in place with regards to Apple related kit, so that's quite nice. I also understand that Kanex, if that is how you pronounce the company, are actually bringing out a new keyboard towards the end of this year which will look similar to this, in fact almost identical, except from what I've seen of the pictures on the internet, it's maybe aluminium and it certainly fixes a few issues. One of the biggest issues that this has by a running mile is you don't know where your caps lock is. You have a caps lock here, but it doesn't indicate anywhere on the keyboard that you are in fact in caps, and on OSX it doesn't tell you either, so you're kind of buggered with regards to that, which is not very nice. It wouldn't cost them very much to put a little white light in there, but nonetheless they may do that in a later version, so who knows. There's also a nice sort of spotlight option here, where if you click spotlight search comes up on your Mac, which you can then search the calculator for example, and your calculator comes up with relative ease. So that is sometimes useful, and I do use that quite a bit. I also use this for boot camping, so occasionally I might, boot camp my MacBook into Windows 10, for example, and have a bit of a Steam session on it. And this keyboard has been great for that. It's not been a problem. Much better than the Apple keyboard, and of course it matches all the kit, which is nice. So that about concludes an overview of it. If there's any questions, then feel free to let me know. Thank you.